Most people see competitive gaming as a time sink, a waste of potential, or just a hobby for the lazy. They are dead wrong. In this video, we're exposing the truth. Competitive gaming is actually a masterclass in strategic thinking, split-second decision-making, and emotional control under extreme pressure. While the world sees someone sitting in a chair, inside the mind of a competitive player, a high-speed mental marathon is taking place. You're about to discover how top players are secretly building a mental toolkit, a set of invisible power-ups that translates directly into real-world dominance. Whether you're a gamer looking to validate your skills or a skeptic wondering what all the fuss is about, we are going to unpack the unseen edge of high-stakes play. Let's begin by dispelling the biggest myth of them all, that gaming is merely about reflexes and button mashing. If that were true, the person with the fastest fingers would always win, but they don't. Competitive gaming isn't a sprint, it's a cognitive endurance test. When you strip away the graphics and the controllers, what you're left with is a complex environment requiring rapid data processing. We're talking about invisible power-ups, crucial mental skills that are being honed every single time a match starts. These aren't just in-game mechanics, they're neural pathways being strengthened. We need to stop looking at the screen and start looking at the player, because the skills developed here, resource management, pattern recognition, and team coordination, are about to bridge the gap between the virtual arena and your real-world success. The first major power-up is the mind of the strategic architect. In games like League of Legends or Counter-Strike, players are constantly juggling two realities, the micro, which is the immediate fight in front of them, and the macro, which is the long-term war for map control. This requires a level of forward thinking that rivals Grandmaster chess. A player has to predict an opponent's move 3 steps before it happens and adapt their entire strategy on the fly as the game state evolves. This is identical to high-level business strategy. Just as a CEO must pivot a company based on market shifts, a gamer must pivot their build or positioning based on the enemy's economy. It teaches you to abandon a failing plan instantly and improvise a new path to victory, a skill that is invaluable in complex real-world problem-solving. Next, we move to the speed of thought, decision-making under pressure. When we talk about reflexes in gaming, we aren't just talking about twitch muscles, we're talking about cognitive load management. In a chaotic firefight, a player is bombarded with visual and audio cues. They have to filter out the noise, identify the threat, calculate the risk, and execute a response, all within milliseconds. This is rapid-fire critical thinking. It is the same mental muscle used by emergency responders, pilots, or stock traders who have to make high-stakes choices when the clock is ticking. Competitive gaming trains the brain to process vast amounts of information without freezing up, turning you into someone who acts decisively when everyone else is hesitating. Perhaps the most underrated skill developed in the lobby is emotional regulation. Gamers call it tilt, that frustration that sets in when things go wrong. In competitive play, losing your cool means losing the match. Therefore, to climb the ranks, players are forced to become masters of their own psychology. They have to experience failure, bad luck, or toxic teammates, and immediately reset their mental state to perform in the next round. This resilience is the definition of unshakable. It's the ability to bounce back from a loss instantly. In the real world, this translates to maintaining composure during a stressful job interview, handling rejection, or staying calm during a public speaking disaster. The best gamers aren't the ones who never get angry, they're the ones who can regulate that anger and turn it back into focus. So, how do you apply this? Recognize that the hours spent competing have gifted you a toolkit. The foresight of a strategist, the decisiveness of a leader, and the resilience of a stoic. These are your invisible power-ups. The next time you're facing a difficult project at work or a crisis in your personal life, remember the mental gears you use in-game. Analyze the macro strategy, make the split-second choice without fear, and don't let the setbacks tilt you. Gaming is more than just entertainment. It is a training ground for the mind. So keep playing, but play with purpose. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the gamer's mind, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Paimon P for more content on unlocking your potential. Thanks for watching Paimon P, and go level up your life.